starts now.
SpaceX's Inspiration 4 mission is high above us right now, and it's making history.
The flight is unique in that it is the first space flight that features an entire crew of civilian astronauts. It is also carrying a woman who first set her sights on the stars while living in Fairport Harbor. Fox 8's Roosevelt Lutwich talked with her family today.
It's a short rocket ride that ended a long road to space. Dr. Cyan Proctor, who's seen here on the right, is the pilot aboard the SpaceX Inspiration 4. It's the first space flight featuring a crew of private citizens and the first space flight to raise money for charity. They're not astronauts in the traditional sense. Cyan's a geology professor who spent her teenage years in Lake County and graduated from Fairport High in 1988. And her family is elated that she's living her dream.
Being able to see it live, we were all in awe and just screaming last night at every point, and my understanding, it was a textbook launch.
Robin Salen is Dr. Proctor's sister and is a biology teacher at Riverside Local Schools in Paynesville. She says her sister has always loved science and space, two things that Robin says came from their father, who was part of a very important team on Guam that tracked the Apollo 11 as it returned to Earth. In fact, Robin says Cyan brought along something very special from their dad.
My dad was one of very few people, and only two there, that ever got Neil Armstrong's autograph. And so that was gone up into space with my sister.
The Resilience capsule, where the astronauts will be riding, is unique because it features the biggest window to go into space, and from a big window you get big views. Cyan has been trying to get into space her entire life and just missed out on joining NASA's astronaut corps 12 years ago. And this is a view she's waited for her entire life.
When we get to reveal the cupola for the first time, will be a really big moment, I think. Because that view.
The mission was privately funded, and part of the goal is to raise $200 million for St. Jude Children's Hospital. Robin says the mission crew is also hoping their trip into space will serve as an inspiration to others that space travel is truly for anyone.
The future of space travel for young women, and especially minority women, because my sister is only the fourth African American female to go into space. There's so many amazing inspirational messages that will come out of this.
In Cleveland, Roosevelt Lutwich, Fox 8 News.
Now, Cyan was able to get her seat on this flight by being chosen from several hundred video entries in an open competition for regular folks to become an astronaut.
Cyan was chosen to pilot the spacecraft during its orbit around the Earth. They're expected to return this weekend. Well, a step closer to COVID booster shots, good news for the economy, and the future of the show Jeopardy!
Our Joe Toohey is here today with the update. Joe?
Yeah, we'll get to those stories in just a minute, but first, this new research continues to point towards the need for COVID-19 booster shots going forward. Moderna, maker of one of the two-shot coronavirus vaccines, is finding that the effectiveness of its doses declines over time. The company's research points to booster shots as a viable solution. The study followed people who were vaccinated 13 months ago, finding that they are getting COVID at a higher rate than those who got their shots early this year. The FDA's stance is that it needs more data and has yet to back booster shots. In Washington today, security measures are being put in place ahead of a Saturday rally for supporters of the January 6th Capitol insurrection. Fencing started going up last night, and Capitol Police have asked the Department of Defense to put the National Guard on standby. The so-called Justice for J6 rally is expected to draw 600 to 700 people this weekend. In a bit of a surprise, Americans kept shopping last month despite rising COVID-19 cases. Retail sales, an indicator of how much money we're pumping into the economy, actually went up by 0.7% in August. Wall Street was expecting sales to drop, but the most interesting part is where we are spending money. Online sales jumped up significantly while restaurants and bars stayed flat. Speaking of shopping, when you go to deck your halls this holiday season, the price tag is going up. Artificial Christmas trees are expected to be 20 to 25% more expensive than last year. We can blame supply chain disruptions for this one, and you can expect supplies on store shelves to be limited. Some pre-lit trees are already listed for nearly $1,000. And the Jeopardy host saga rages on. Today, reports say the game show has decided on a combination of actress Mayim Bialik and Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings to split hosting duties for the rest of the season. This news comes weeks after new host Mike Richards was fired from the show over past insensitive comments. The showrunners have not yet settled on a full-time permanent host following the death of the legendary Alex Trebek. It's a good gig, the Jeopardy hosting gig, but Christmas, I'm sad thinking about like winter and Christmas, and then now trees are going to be more too.
That's why you got to start growing them yourself. Go out to your backyard and cut it down.
Right, just cut down some trees. Christmas is fine. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, Joe.
Saved. Well, we are proud to remind you today is the 7th annual Dick Goddard APL Telethon, a chance for you to help make an impact on the community.
Last year was a big success, and we want to keep that going. Natalie Herbig now live at the Cleveland APL with an update for us. Natalie?
Birth in TNR line.
Oh, really?
Hi guys, I have moved over to the ICU, and I'm going to take this out, I apologize. I moved over to the ICU here, I have Aisha joining me, and let me just tell you folks, these precious animals, when they come through, some of them have small ailments, but others have things that require a lot of attention and a lot of care, and Mallory is one of those examples.
Yeah, Mallory, you can see she's wearing a cast. She had a fractured leg. She was brought in by a Good Samaritan who found her limping, injured stray. We don't know what happened, but we immediately took her in. Our medical team got right to work diagnosing what was wrong. She had a fractured leg, dislocated hip. She has a hernia that's going to need surgical repair. And she's just sweet as can be. And you see how much the team here cares. There are hearts on her cast.
She's so lovable,
So
and she's bounced back within the day.
It's amazing, isn't it? These animals, we can all learn from them.
And who do we have right below?
This little one is Tori, only 2 months old, tiny baby, again, found outside as a stray. Her leg was caught in a soccer net, and we don't know how long she was there, but it was long enough that there was a pretty good wound on the back of her leg, and we're trying everything we can to save it, medication, laser treatment, and all of that is made possible by donations from the community.
And I think it's just important for people to realize you go to such great lengths. I mean, back in the day, there was a time when all shelters could do was house animals for a few days before they might have to possibly put them down. Today, it is so much different.
Yes, it is so much different, and I am so grateful that it's so much different from that. And again, I can't thank the community enough for allowing us to do this work and help these animals that so deserve a second chance.
And I just have to, as I look at you talk about this, mention the folks here at the shelter and why this is a wonderful place to donate, because she gets choked up. Look at,
For so many years, but that's why, you should keep doing this. When this doesn't upset you anymore, you need to move on. But we shouldn't have animals like this come to us, but that we're able to care for them is all we can ask for.
Let me tell you again, I mentioned earlier that you guys have shown up in a big way already. I want to show you the tally board as to where things stand right now. We are over, folks, $97,000 at this point. We did 170 or so last year. We want to beat that number. And I'm not saying that selfishly, I'm saying it for these precious creatures who can't voice that enough to us. But if they could, I'm sure they would say,
Yes.
please just help give us a second chance.
We're very grateful.
And I'm telling you, this one you missed because this one was crawling up the cage earlier, having a blast in here. These animals need your love and care. The number to call is 216-566-7387. You can text APL to 243-725, or you can go online to our website, fox8.com. Make that donation there. We make it so easy for you, and we thank you. We just got to keep those phones ringing. We got to beat that number we did last year. I know it. Northeast Ohio, you're coming up in a big way. We thank you so very much.
Great stuff. The number on the screen. Natalie, that T-shirt's extra special too, isn't it, right?
It is. So I'm a walking billboard here to let you guys know that you can also purchase these T-shirts through the weekend, and all the proceeds are also going to go here to the APL. These are the softest T-shirts you will ever put on your body. I'm telling you guys, buy these. So not only do you donate to a good cause, but you also get a shirt out of it too, if you like.
All right, there you go. Any bit helps. And after seeing those sweet little kitty faces, how can you not help? All right.
We're going to be live till 7:30
I knew
tonight,
Liz would go
folks.
nuts over those.
Yes.
Please donate whatever you can. You can text it. Again, call on that number at the bottom of the screen. Thank you, Natalie. The high-flying destination for everyone from casual visitors to aviation buffs, where we hit the road for a one-tank trip coming up next.
Applause to the chances the Browns turn to a rookie for help protecting Baker Mayfield this Sunday. JT has your report from Berea. Melissa?
Look at this beautiful shot from Chagrin Falls. The sun is shining. Temperatures are comfortably warm. For now, we're going to heat things up again. Humidity returns and chances of storms at some point. Your 8-day forecast will break it all down after the break.
And time now for the Fox8Jobs.com career of the day. The Step 2 company is hiring an assembly and machine operator. For information on this job and other jobs in your neighborhood, log on to Fox8Jobs.com.
Save up to $50